a hat trick. Hat trick is 3. Our third podcast.
Woo! It's indubitably that time for the first ARC podcast, episode 3.
3. Now we had about a 3-week absence, but it's okay. We have an excuse. Excuses.
Yeah. Actually, the last podcast we recorded, it corrupted, and we forgot to make a backup file, and it's gone. It's gone in the internet, so you'll probably find it maybe in the dark web. No, I'm just kidding.
Dark web for sale. 50,000.
200 Bitcoin.
Oh damn, bro, we about to be millionaires.
Damn near, bro. Fucking Bitcoin's crazy. But during this absences, that was like 2 week absence.
I think we had 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure.
We actually went to some very eventful places.
Lots of places to see, lots of people to see.
Exactly. The first event that we went to was Santa Clara, California, which Mexico versus Paraguay played at 7 p.m. I think it was like.
Yeah. I think the game started around 7.
Around 7, and what was it? March 26, 2019, and and Mexico actually won that game. Was it 4-2?
4-2.
Yep. So me and Hugo are gonna talk a little bit about what we experienced out there in San Jose. I'll let Hugo introduce. Well, I'll let him introduce or give his little experience, how his experience went.
So first off, we showed up we got there around like 7. We got there around 6:30, but we were supposed to get there a little bit earlier, but things might happen, So we ended up going inside the stadium around the 25th minute. So we missed the first 2 goals, which kind of ticked me off. But we were walking up to the little security stands right when Chicharito scored the third goal. Who my boy Diego Leanes, who was younger than me and a great America product sister, by the way. But I was walking in. We were walking in as soon as they scored the third goal. So I was kind of mad. One time I could actually go to the Mexico game and actually play good, especially in a friendly. But,
exactly.
But yeah, I enjoyed the game. There was the players themselves had like 2 fights on the field, and the crowd themselves had
like 3 or 4 fights, but it was mainly everyone's throwing hands in the stands and in the game.
Yeah, bro, everyone was unified by the hands. But I like going to Mexico game just for all the chants they do. The puto chants when the goalkeeper kicks the ball.
Oh my god! And do they still keep finding the Mexico team for saying all that? Yeah,
they did. Around during the World Cup, they were about to get. They're petitioning to get points deducted from Mexico because a bunch of fans would do that during the games.
Right. That's the signature. That's the signature of Mexico. Just saying that little chant after the other goalkeeper kicks the ball.
Yeah, but that chant's gonna get us. It's gonna get the team fucking points cut off eventually. FIFA's gonna get tired of it. They're gonna be like, man.
Okay. So for my experience, I actually Hugo was at the game, but I went with my coworker and his friends to the game.
It's because he hates me.
You bought your tickets a little bit too, like a week before.
You still hate me.
And shit, bro, I had my tickets like 3 months in advance. Like as soon as they dropped, it was gonna be Mexico versus Peru at first, but then Peru had to drop out due to some.
They had to play in the qualifiers for the Copa America, I think it was.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if it was Mexico versus Peru, it would have been even crazier, I would believe.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that game better just because there are a lot of Peruvian. I didn't see a single person representing Paraguay. I mean, not that I would have represented them anyways because they're surrounded by a bunch of Mexican fans. So I was very scared. But I didn't see a single person represent Paraguay. So, but I know around here, at least near me, I see a lot of Peruvian. I have multiple Peruvian friends, so I know it would have been nice to see both sets of fans, representing both of their teams. But it was just mostly Mexico fans.
Yeah, and I think there was only one Paraguay fan, and It was like he was all the way at the top of the stands, and it was like him and his family. I think that's it. The whole stadium was just filled with us Mexicans. But yeah, we actually got to Santa Clara about like, I'd say like 4, and we had like 3 or 4 hours to kill. So when we got there, we actually went to this little like fan fest they had over there. And
the like tailgate?
No, like there's like a little like actual like fan fest, like sponsors and stuff like that. Like AT&T was there, Home Depot, all those like
the depot.
Yeah, where I work. Yeah, but they were out there just sponsoring, like, you know, their products and stuff like that, giving out free stuff. I mean, they gave me some girl came up to me and she was like, "Oh, do you want free sunglasses?" And I was like, "Sure, okay." And then I got 2 for free. She was like, "Oh," because they were stuck in between each other. And then I was like, she was like, "Oh, here, I'll give you 2 for 1, you know." And I was like, "Okay." I got 2 sunglasses, but I threw the other one out because I was like, "What am I gonna do with this other one?" So I just keep the other one. But yeah, there was like a little like fan experience thing right there, and you had to show them like your ticket to get in. So that's why there was not a lot of people in there, probably, because a lot of people were just tailgating. After we went that little thing, it was kind of boring in there. Like, it was just people that were like who had tickets in the game, but the real experience is going outside, you know, where people are tailgating, and that's where you see the real Mexican fans out there. Fucking, you can see all fucking carne asada, everyone's grills out, just pastor, banda playing.
Hella music, bro.
Hella music. Like, probably like at least like anywhere you go, you'll probably see either a banda or probably just music blasting and people just, you know, having a good time, drinking a beer, you know, chilling, dancing, like a lot of dancing, a lot of drinking for sure. You see like people with drinking like the bottles of tequila, everyone like hyping them up, like, "Hey!" Everyone's going crazy. So yeah, it was mania. It was mania.
Yeah, you know, even after the game, I want to say we got at the stadium like half an hour after the game finished because we were taking pictures and, you know, we wanted to wait for the foot traffic to die down a little bit. But we were walking out past the little gate, or the little bridge thing they have over there. And, you know how there's like just straight row where you have to walk through where it's lined up by like hot dog stands and people selling stuff.
Oh my god, yeah, you should have. Oh my god, for mine, like, as soon as I think we walked, like, after Mexico scored the 4th goal, after that, we were like, okay, let's head out. And once we were leaving, all you can see is all these hot dog vendors, like 20 of them just waiting for people just to post it. They were like, you want a hot dog? You want a hot dog? And then you can smell all the hot dogs smelled hella good. And you can tell people were like, fuck, they're trying to grab you in.
Yeah, but no, like I said, we left the stadium after like half an hour after the game, and when you walk down the little middle part, on 2 sides is a parking where people were tailgating. As soon as the game was over, people started cooking up the grills again, started playing music again. I was like, damn, but y'all ain't gonna leave for a cool ass minute. But the most random part I found was some random guy. You know, you said there was like all the stands there. Some guy came up to me with a backpack. He's like, "Hey, bro, you want a Modelo?" And I was like, "You're charging $5 a can?" I said, "No, thank you."
You might as well buy like yourself like an 18-pack for like what, like, I don't know, probably like 10
$10,
like
yeah.
$10.
I was like, hell no, I ain't gonna buy no can for $5.
Heck yeah! And then another funny like experience I was doing was when we were heading up to the stadium. When everybody's going up, all you can see while we're going up there, like going towards the security, there was a guy, like a young guy, probably maybe in his mid-20s or like early 20s, and this guy was fucked up. Like, he was so drunk, like he was like passed out. Like, his body, it looked like he died. Like, seriously, like he was like probably like in another world or something. Like, he was dead.
He was in Modelo time. The
Heck
time
yeah.
between the physical world and
shit, bro. And then fucking he was he was just like dead. Like, you can tell like his his soul like left left his body.
A couple rows in front of us too. There were some Mexico fans, and they were pretty drunk. Each of them, all like it was like 6 of them, and they're all throwing. We were in the second balcony, like the second tier. They're all getting each other's hats and throwing them down to the first one. And then one of them had his Mexico shirt. He didn't have it on. He had it in his hand. He was wearing like another shirt, and they threw that down there too. And then next thing I know, like 20 minutes after that, I look back and they all have their hats on and everything. I was like, what? Did they get them back?
Oh my god. Yeah, just Mexico fans are crazy. What do you call it? I actually sat a little bit more closer. I think I sat on the first row, and I was close to the field, and I saw like all the players like come out. I had like some like videos of them like, you know, coming out and this and that, and it's pretty dope seeing like the Mexican players come out and everyone, and then whenever Paraguay like scored a goal, like in the Mexican fans was like start throwing like beer bottles or like beer, like, you know, the plastic beer like cups inside, and then like probably like the plastic ones too, like the Coors Light and stuff like that, chucking them, and security getting all mad looking for all those people. Sure, bro, if you guys ever want to go to a Mexico game, you gotta go to one, because those are fun experiences, because Mexican fans are like crazy. They like music a lot, dancing, and it's just a whole just a good time, to be honest.
Yeah, mostly like adding on to the experience. Mexico are actually playing good now. They have the new coach, Jar Martino. You know, he coached Argentina, he coached Barcelona, so he's actually doing a very good job with them. You know, they did win 4-2 that game. You could argue some of their better players didn't even play that game, like Chucky from Sano. He didn't play. Raul Jimenez, he didn't play. Also, they had just a week before they played in San Diego. They played Chile. They beat them 3-1 too.
Yeah,
and that's a game where Chucky scored a goal, Jimenez scored a penalty. So, you know, Mexico have been actually This was like the little run they had of friendlies. It was all friendlies, so it wasn't actual competition. But they did look like a much better team than the past coaches have had.
Definitely, yeah. It's way better now, that I believe, and hopefully this new Mexican coach can keep this.
He's coaching.
Sorry. Well, the coach of Mexico, but hopefully this coach keeps up with what he's doing. You know, plays Mexico the best as he can, and just win these games, because Mexico needs to come back. We need to come back. We need to at least get past the round of 16, at least.
Yeah, but they might. Mexico has a good string of players. They have a lot of players playing in Europe now, so you know.
Yeah, especially the youngsters. The youngsters they're trying to push all the youngsters out there to Europe. So hopefully, in these coming years, Mexico will get past the dreaded curse of the round 16 and get to probably like what's the next after the round of 16.
Quarters.
The quarters. Hopefully we get to the quarters.
Quarterfinals, yeah. Also, moving on from Mexico, the Earthquakes. They're our local team, you know. I personally actually follow them. So.
I really don't follow MLS, but hey, a game is a game, right? A soccer game, so I'm down for whatever.
Yeah, so we're gonna be going to their next game. They play April 6th, is it?
Yes, April 6th at like 4?
4
or like or
4:30?
5?
Yes, they play after 6. They play Timbers, so it's going to be an interesting game just because Earthquakes lost 5-0 against LAFC like 2 days ago. So,
yeah,
at the time of recording, it was 2 days ago they lost. Carlos Vela scored a hat-trick. Carlos Vela did not go with Mexico. I don't know why, but he scored a hat-trick against San Jose, and San Jose have not won a game since August 29th. Or
really?
An MLS game since August 29th of last year.
Dang, really?
They beat Dallas 43, but you know they lost 5-0 against LAFC. That means these past 3 MLS games they've played, they've conceded 12 goals.
Wow.
So, you know, a lot of people, actually, myself included, thought this new coach they have was going to make a big difference, because he did have a very successful period when he coached Chivas, but
I guess that time's run out, maybe, because hopefully, because I know Tim, the Portland Tims, right? They won the league, right? The MLS title.
A couple of seasons back, yeah.
Oh, a couple seasons back. Okay, so
Yeah.
it'll be a hard time.
But the thing about Tim's is they're only 1 point above. So in the MLS standings, the Earthquakes have 0 points. The Tims only have 1 point. So they've lost all their games except for the season opener, which they tied. They tied 3-3 with Colorado Rapids. So now the Tims are also struggling, but you might argue not as much as the Earthquakes. But both have started the season off very badly. Tims only have 1 draw from the whole season, so it will be an interesting game. But we need to see how the Earthquakes are going to pick themselves back up, because that's 5-0 against one of your. I mean, the Cali Classico is against Galaxy, but still now that LA have a new team, it's kind of just kicking the Earthquakes off the California map.
Yeah, definitely, and it's gonna be definitely a big battle between the northern and southern California. Especially there's 2 LA teams. Hopefully the Bay Area or any Northern California team can come up, make a new team, and.
No, there's the Sacramento Republic, but they don't play in MLS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play they play in the NSL. I think it's NSL.
Is it like a second, kind of like the second division?
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so they're D2 bound, but they're not D1 yet.
Yeah, and also both of the LA teams are very good. LA Galaxy, they have Zlatan Ibrahimovic, amazing player. he's just having the time of his life down in LA, scoring goals for fun. And the LAFC are a new team, and they're playing really good. So yeah, they're in first place right now, 13 points. So LAFC have really burst onto the scene very well. They when they first got there the first season, they got the players they needed, and they just built the team. But yeah.
Nice. And then Zlatan actually visited one of the biggest team in Mexico, Club America, while they were doing their little tour out here in San Diego, I believe. Yeah, so that was a big. So maybe Zlatan to Club America, maybe, but we'll see. He'll be, if he does, then that would change everything.
Yeah, everything for sure. He'll dominate that league, but I don't know. I think he'll probably stay in that MLS and retire there.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, he's like 35, 34, I think.
Yeah, bro, you never know.
That is true.
But yeah, so this San Jose game we're actually going to will be my first game going to San Jose Earthquakes and my first MLS game. So it'll be a very eventful day.
And it's a day before your birthday, isn't it?
Yep, it's right before my birthday, so it's gonna be my little gift, my birthday gift from Hugo.
Also, this podcast is gonna be out the week of his birthday, so send him some birthday wishes and drop some down in the comments.
Yes.
Drop some down on Twitter.
I need them birthday wishes.
But yeah, so hopefully they're supposed to give him a good birthday present so he can come home happy. Don't get your hopes up, though.
And hopefully San Jose wins. Woo! But anyways, I heard that Hugo went on a second trip, but he went even more north up. He went more towards the upwards. Tongue twice.
Yeah, that's another reason why we had to delay the recording of the podcast even more. But yeah, I went to Sacramento. As you know, I don't know. I hope some of you guys know. I do journalism. That's what I'm doing. So there's the conference over there for all the junior college schools. So I attended there. They had workshops from different people, teachers or actual journalists. We had Marcus for sports. We had Marcus Thompson, which is writer for The Athletic, very good man. He learn a lot of different people giving insights, people you can talk to, people who actually are already professional journalists or stuff like that. They had contests, they had a sports writing contest, so I got to cover a UC Davis game. They played Riverside, so we covered a baseball game, But yeah, it was a lot of fun, I got to experience. And I am planning. Sacramento State's one of the schools I am planning on transferring to, so it was nice seeing, being able to explore Sacramento as a town, because if I do go there for school or whatever, I want to be able to know what the city's like, and be able to see if I am gonna be able to like settle myself down here.
Yeah. How was your experience out there in Sacramento? Like the city wise and like the culture wise, is it like very different from like out here and like?
I mean,
how's that going?
I was just trying to meet Mozzie, but no, I really like Sacramento. There was lots of places that are open. I mean, where we are now, you know, our town's very dry. There's nothing to do here past 8 p.m. But over there's lots of places that are open late. It is a college. I mean, it's not a college town, but you know, Sac State is there, so
so pretty close. It's pretty close to.
So you know, there's lots of places that are open late, and there's lots of things to do. You can go anywhere. I mean, me and my friends went out 2 in the morning to get some tacos to the drive-through place, which I never thought was imaginably possible.
Oh my god, that's very weird. Yeah. Drive-in taco place. No, that's
24 hours too.
Oh wow, so that's an experience. Who's it run by?
I don't even remember the name. They were pretty good though.
They were pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Because you can't fail tacos. That's the number one thing. If you can make good tacos, then you're set.
It's all good. But yeah, so I like the town. I like the city. It is kind of like, so for me, my ideal city I would compare it to San Jose, because that's the type of city I would love to live in. I love living the, you know, urban, you know, lots of traffic, lots of noise, you know, a city that really kind of never sleeps, something like that. Yep. So I like Sacramento. It was nice.
How was your experience with like the convention, and how you got to meet so many people, and like you said that you were like also like there was like internships out there? Was there like or like any kind of like offers and stuff like that?
Well, I mean, a bunch of schools did go down in San Jose, Sac State, of course, ASU. Fresno didn't go, but you know, lots of schools did have panels, like tables out there, so you can talk to representatives if you had any questions or anything to answer, or you know, if you had any problems, if you had already applied and you wanted to talk to them, if you had any problems. There were schools there, so you could talk to them about transferring and all of that. But I did meet some cool people. I met, as most of you know, I am a United fan. I met a Manchester United fan that was from Ireland.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and he's moved out here and started going to junior college out here. So I found that was crazy. You know, that was the time I was like, damn, bro, like what a chance that he's a United fan too.
No, yeah, that's crazy. Going like all the way around, like halfway around the world, and
across the pond. Yeah.
Yeah, just living in the Bay Area and just.
Well, he lives from Livermore.
Livermore.
So the convention has junior colleges from all over the state, all over California. So people from SoCal were there. People from Fresno was there. You know, people from everywhere was there.
Oh wow! So all the way from Los Angeles too, people came up.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I mean, last year they had it in Burbank, which is in LA, and you know, I went from over here all the way down to.
Dang, crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it was a cool trip. You know.
Oh, that's good. You know, you're getting more exposure to journalism, and hopefully go to one of your colleges that you want to head to. And I know you have friends out there. How were your friends? Did you ever meet up with your friends and hang out?
Yeah, I mean, I went there. It started on Thursday, so I left Wednesday. I went out there, stayed with my friend for the night. We chilled for a little bit, and then I left on Thursday morning. I went to the hotel. I was there from Thursday to Sunday morning. Sunday, I left in the morning. I met up with my friend again. We went up to eat. We hung out for a little bit. You know, it was nice. He showed me a little bit around. The city. He used to live out here, so he moved out there, and so he told me like, yeah, it's a good city. You know, he said he recommended it to me. He gave it props. So yeah, he vouched for it. So.
Did you end up going to Old Town Sacramento or nah?
No, that's one of the places he told me to. He said Old Town. I said, "Oh, bro, maybe next time I come out here for vacation or something."
No, yeah, definitely. I heard a lot of good things about Old Town, and you know, the people there.
But yeah, so that was our experience. That's the two reasons why we were gone for.
Yeah, we've been gone for these past 2 weeks because Hugo had to go out to SAC, and I just went to the Mexico game, and I just been just getting this bread.
Yeah, getting the cheddar.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, next thing we're gonna bring up is kind of unrelated to the two, but kind of something we've talked about before is anime. Every new year brings new arcs, new seasons that have been left unfinished.
Yeah, and me and Hugo are actually really big anime fans. Hugo recently got into anime probably like a year or two ago, or has it been longer?
I said like 3
years.
4.
3 years, yeah. And then for me, I've been since Death Note was airing, so that was like 2006.
Damn.
But I wasn't really a big fan. It was just that show at first, and I really loved it. And it was my cousin that showed me that, and it really like set that trigger off for anime. But I didn't really get big into anime until my either sophomore or junior year, when one of my friends actually, hopefully he'll be on the podcast, his name is Mondo, and he showed me Attack on Titan, and I was like, oh wow. So he recommended me that, so I was like, okay, so I'll watch Attack on Titan. It was on Netflix, and I watched it, and I was like, wow. Like,
did you watch it dubbed or subbed?
I watched the sub on that
Okay.
one. Sub
You're
is
a
that
man.
one. No, yeah, for that one you gotta watch sub. I listened to the dub one, and it's a no. Some animes are good dub, and some are better in Japanese, but it's a hit or miss with these animes. But yeah, so that's when I got really big into anime, and ever since then, it's been a joyful ride, very emotional and joyful ride.
Yeah, I've been watching it for a while. Most recently, I've been watching JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I got stuck on that one. I put it on pause. I started Assassination Classroom. I finished that one. Now I'm doing Cowboy Bebop.
What episode are you on Cowboy Bebop?
I want to say episode 7 or 8.
7 or 8. How's that going for you?
It's cool. Spike's hella funny.
Yeah. He's inspired by. I think he has like inspired by like Bruce Lee or something like that. His like fighting moves. So yeah, it's a good anime. That one too.
It's
Cowboy
old,
Bebop.
but it keeps up with it. I would say it kept up. It's kept up. Like, I'm able to watch it now and not have any complaints about the artwork or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. At first, so many animes got caught up. Like, so many people recommended me anime when I was watching Cowboy Bebop, so I was just like all over the place. Especially this one anime we're gonna talk about, which is My Hero Academia. That one's just been surging. Like, it's been gaining so much popularity now, because the first 2 seasons were pretty good, but the 3rd season it brought it up to another level. Like, definitely brought it up to another level.
I agree. That third season did bring it up to another level, but they're releasing the new one that comes out in October, the 4th season, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it's gonna come out this October 2019, and me and Hugo have been hearing rumors about this coming up arc that it's gonna take a dark turn. Hopefully it takes that dark turn, and hopefully.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good team. Make it step up a little bit, because so far, I don't want to say it's been completely like child friendly, but it has been holding back on certain like violent aspects. Like when they fight, you've never really seen anything super crazy or nothing like that. But
yeah, nothing like there's no like the heroes don't face a challenge, or like not one of them like gets like seriously hurt or like injured or like.
I mean, a little bit during the summer camp one when they got attacked, but I would like to see that dark turn. I want to see what step when they face actual reality of like. Yeah, like once they graduate.
Definitely.
But yeah, I like that school, but I am pretty critical of My Hero. I believe that this next arc is gonna either make or break the whole series as a whole. At least for me, if this arc doesn't live up to what I have it to be, my respect for that will probably drop. Now, I think My Hero Academia is up there right now. But
yeah, definitely. My Hero Academia is definitely taking over Storm. Boruto's
ass. Don't even bother.
I think it's supposedly it's the big 3 right now is My Hero Academia, Black Clover, which I've never heard, but I heard that it's getting up there. It's getting popular, and Boruto. But to be honest, I'm more of like the My Hero Academia. But like Hugo said, like this season, it has to be a really good one, especially what season 3, what all the stuff happened in season 3. It really took it up to another level. So if they can take that, maybe reach that same level or take it beyond that, then it's gonna be a very good season.
Another season coming out is One Punch Man. One Punch Man, I love. That's one of my favorite animes, just because it's so short and concise, and you're just satisfied after it.
No, yeah, definitely. One Punch Man. It's the story of One Punch Man is so funny because it's really basically a character that defies all
laws, all physical laws.
Yeah, all laws. Just and basically, the hero. It's also another superhero anime or manga as well. Saitama is basically in the title, One Punch Man. He kills anybody in one punch.
Yeah, and so the first one had, I want to say, 12 or 13 episodes.
12 episodes.
12, and so they're releasing season 2. It's gonna be out in April, so we don't know the for sure exact date, but all they didn't confirm was that it was in April, and they did drop the trailer, and the trailer looked pretty dope.
Yeah, but I heard that a lot of people are kind of complaining a little bit, the anime fans or the manga fans, that the animation looks a little bit different, because the studio that did the One Punch Man season 1 had to drop the project because another studio was picking it up, and I think that studio was having financial problems, the first one. So yeah,
well, that's true, but I mean, you gotta think about how long ago the first one was dropped. Throughout 2015, right?
Yes, it was around that time.
Yeah, that's 4 years. So waiting so long to drop another series of it, another arc, or another season, I think that probably shouldn't give the fans too much room to complain in, because since it's been so long, you can't really expect the same.
Yeah, definitely. And then you also have to give the artist, the creator who made it, some time, to actually like write the story and make sure that it comes out really good, because if you rush your stuff, then it's not going to be good, which happened to Bleach, which the creator got rushed by all the the anime fans and manga readers, and he just wrote a bullshit story, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna end it here. There you go. And that happened, and then people got mad about it. So that's why you gotta let creativity, let it run. Let it flow and flow.
Yeah, because everyone was impressed with One Punch Man, and many people thought it was like one hit single, like just that ended to like kind of like Cowboy Bebop, but I didn't. I mean, for me, I didn't expect them. I wanted them to come out with a new season because I really liked the first one, but I thought it was gonna be one of those.
Definitely, but ever since I got so popular, I think the creator, he started making more, and I think this new season, hopefully we get a little bit more perspective on probably the main character and probably side characters too. Definitely. I think the side character is Genos or something like that. His name, I think.
The robot.
Yeah, the same robot dude.
Yeah, and we don't really get too much background on all of them. I mean, we get a little bit of background on Saitama, but for me, there are certain hints of like something else being there for Saitama, because as you can see, when he's fighting, when he's being serious, his face changes. His face changes. So for me, there's one quote, I remember one of them, one person that said, wow, there's like a god living inside of him. So ever since then, that makes me think like, well, what if there really is something else inside of Saitama that gives him all these powers and all that without him even realizing it?
Yeah, definitely, because it just starts off him just being a regular person, and then he trains, and then he suddenly becomes probably the OP character in all of his shows. So there's probably gonna be some a little bit more background about who he truly is, you know.
Also, another thing is I don't know how much farther, like how the timeline the second one's gonna have, because one thing I did notice in the trailer was Tornado, the little short green haired girl or woman, I don't know her age. There's her, but she's a lot taller. She's like twice her size that she was in the first one. So I don't know the timeline that the second one's gonna take place in.
Probably like a couple years, probably like 5 years or something like that. Probably like how like the show took, like probably like a 4-year gap or something like that, and give like a little bit quick review of like the events that happened and stuff like that. So yeah, so that's very big one. Everyone's super hyped about that one. I believe, like we said, it's coming out in April, but I think it comes out like this first week, maybe. I'm not too sure on it, so don't quote me on that. But yeah, it's gonna be a big one.
And then the other big one dropping is Attack on Titan.
Ooh, Attack on Titan Season 3 Part 2, which is very weird. They released the Part 1 like in last year of like in July, and I still haven't caught up on Attack on Titan. Very good anime. Since I got caught up in so much anime, I actually like lost track of Attack on Titan. So I heard a lot of good things, but I need to catch up on it. But if any of you guys really want a good anime to start off with, Attack on Titan, because I feel like it's more relatable, because it's about characters dealing with like war and like the after effects of war, and like basically like dealing with like an enemy, like how we would deal with today, like especially like if it's like a war. So it's basically like that, but so much catastrophe, and it's crazy.
Yeah, I've still not had a chance to watch Attack on Titan. That's one of them. That's one of the animes I have on my list to start. But for me, I haven't really. Nothing has, from what I've seen, like struck me to the point where it makes me want to watch it. So it's on my list, but it's nothing I'm really too excited for.
Oh yeah, and then it's basically a quick, just like one quick like real bit rundown of Attack on Titan. It's basically about these 3 characters who it's basically that civilization is stuck in between 3 walls. It's like basically a huge, imagine it's like a huge circle and like walls in between that circle that leads into the center. So basically the center is where the wealthy people live, and then more farther out, you go out from that inner circle, that inner middle of the circle, then the more like poverty and like, you know, basically like that. And it's a very good anime. And then there's also these beings, or like these overly like tall beings, weird creatures called Titans, which is basically humans. Well, it looks like humans, but they have no sexual organs or anything like that. So if you watch the anime, you won't see any penises or vaginas and stuff like that. It's all covered up, and it's basically they have no sexual organ, and then these people don't know why, where they came from, how to defeat them. Well, they figure out how to defeat them, but I'll keep that. I'll let you guys watch that part. But yeah, so basically they don't know where they came from, who they are, who's creating them, and they're basically trapped inside the circle, and the Titans are actually outside of the circle trying to come in. So yeah, so it's a very good anime. A lot about war, what happens in war, the effects of war, and how it can traumatize one person, and how it can traumatize many people, and it's a very good one.
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That's the rundown. That's all. Well, at least these are the animes that we're looking forward to. The ones that can really. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them dropping in 2019, though.
Yes. You
know, very lot. So I believe 2019 will be a very good year for anime.
Yeah, just definitely.
But yeah, so leaving off on that note, will this be the end?
Yeah, I think we have a little bit of questions. Actually, we're actually gonna a little Q&A section. I know Hugo got a little bit of questions, so we'll probably go through that real quick and see.
Yeah, so far we were supposed to get more, but for this segment we only got 2. So, but I do want to make this a recurring thing in the podcast, a little segment at the end where we have the Q&A. Yeah, send us questions. We'll answer it no matter what it is. So if you guys do want to send us questions, I'll leave the email down below where you can send them to.
Yeah.
Down below, or you can DM them to me on my Twitter. I'll leave that down below too.
Definitely, and then also our podcast Twitter as well. Well, we also have that podcast thing as well, so you can drop questions there, and let's get this started with the first question.
First question is, who do you think is the best player right now and why? Well, I do not know what sport. They didn't say. You said what sport, so I'm assuming in soccer. I would say Cristiano Ronaldo. What about you?
I'd probably say Mbappe, probably from PSG.
Mbappe?
Yeah. I'd probably say him because right now he's very big. He won his first World Cup at the age of 18, which is what, Pelé, right? Pelé won his first when he was 18, right? 18 or 17, either one of those. So it's really monumental, and basically his career has been going good. He's been playing well, PSG. Hopefully he moves out of PSG so he can probably go into a better team. I feel like he would be a lot more better and different if he goes to probably Premier. He would be
Premier League.
The Premier League,
Really?
yep. Or that, or La Liga maybe, or the German league as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's that. I don't know if they meant soccer or what, but for baseball, I've been writing about baseball. I don't really keep up with MLB, but I'll probably say Bryce Harper from the Phillies.
Okay. For me, I don't watch baseball at all, so that's gonna be.
Basketball. Again, I don't keep up with basketball, but
Yeah, basketball I haven't either, but
probably say LeBron.
yeah, LeBron James. Even though he's known to be a little, he tends to complain a little bit, but
It's okay, King James.
yep, King James.
But yeah, so I hope that answers the questions. The next question is, why don't you love Jesus Cano anymore? I do love Jesus Cano. He's a really good friend of mine. He was the second guest on the podcast, so there goes that. I do love him. He's one of my closest friends I have to me, and I was glad to be able to have him on the podcast.
Yeah, definitely. You gotta show him some love, and yeah, so follow. He also has a podcast going on too. So if you guys wanna go follow his podcast and give a little shout out to him because he's doing good on his podcast as well. He interviews a lot of sport legends around the East County.
Sports players, yeah,
Yes.
coaches, yeah. But yeah, so that'll be the end of today's podcast. Thank you guys for listening to us. I know this is actually a shorter one than ones usually. We usually run up to an hour, but 42 minutes, where we're at right now, kind of.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's like a little comeback from the 2-week hiatus we had. But yeah, definitely. Thank you guys if you guys keep watching us. If you guys kept up with us, thank you for watching us because it really means everything to be watching us because we just do this for fun, and we gotta entertain y'all.
But yeah, so every Friday from now on, that's the schedule. Every Friday is gonna be a new episode uploaded to SoundCloud and YouTube.
Yeah, definitely. We'll try to keep that schedule every Friday at least.
If not, Brandon has to eat a hot spicy pepper for
the ghost pepper challenge.
He has to eat a ghost pepper for every single time. So there you go.
And then my butt is gonna be on fire after that.
But yeah, all right, guys. On that note, we're out of here. Good night, America.
All right. Good night.